Okay, so hello class, we are going to get started on our science lesson plan. So we are going to move on. So we're going to discuss our ecosystem lesson plan. So we are in third grade. How many of you guys know what an ecosystem is? If not, it's okay. We will be going into depth about what it is. So next slide, we are going to go over our standards for our lesson plan. So our standards that are construct an argument with evidence that in a particular habitat, some organisms can survive well, some survive less well, and some cannot survive at all. So then we have our second standard, which is engage in collaborative discussions. So you guys will be working together later on in the lesson, and you guys will be sorting cards, and so you guys will be discussing certain topics. So next we have our objectives. So our objectives are: I can identify living and non-living things in an ecosystem. I can explain how plants and animals depend on each other to survive. Our third objective for the lesson is I can use science words like ecosystem, producer, consumer, and decomposer when I talk or write. The fourth one is I can show how energy moves in a food chain. And lastly, our last objective is I can describe what happens when one part of an ecosystem changes. Okay, so we are going to move on. So then we're just going on to our science lesson. And we have our vocabulary words. So the first one is ecosystem. How many of you guys know what an ecosystem is? I think I asked this earlier. Okay, so an ecosystem is a place where living and non-living things interact. An organism is a living a living thing such as a plant or animal. A habitat, the home where organism lives. We have non-living things, things that are not alive, such as water, sunlight, soil, and we have living things that are alive, so like plants and animals. Okay, so now we are just going to move on to our engagement. So our phenomenon question is: how do plants and animals depend on each other? So we have two images. We have a healthy ecosystem and a damaged ecosystem. So let's look at the first one. And then raising our hands, we think this is a healthy ecosystem or a damaged ecosystem. This one right here. You're right. So this is a healthy ecosystem. So we can see that there's water going through. The plants are really green. The trees, everything is alive, right? And then we have a damaged ecosystem. What do we see in the damaged ecosystem? You're right. So we do see that this was potentially on fire, right? So we know that this is burned, so this is not living, and we have maybe what could be a healthy ecosystem right here, but this mainly is a healthy ecosystem. So then we have our representation. So we're looking at an anchor chart. So we have an ecosystem. Again, is a community of living and non-living things. So an ecosystem is living and non-living, right? Things working together. So then we have producers. Those are what makes food. We have consumers that eat each other. So if you guys know what a mountain lion is, those will often eat other animals. So they eat, deers, they'll eat bunnies, anything that they can survive off of, they'll eat. So that's a consumer. We're also consumers too. And then we have decomposers that breaks down. We have biotic, which is living, and abiotic, which is non-living. Again, so we have our anchor chart. So let's see. Biotic is animals, people, plants, bacteria. Bacteria is a living thing. So then we have abiotic, which are rocks, dirt, water, air, and sunlight. Those are non-living things. So next, you guys are going to get in your groups, right? And you guys are going to sort cards into what you think are producers, consumers, and decomposers. Once you guys all talk and you sort your cards, then we will move on. Okay? Then afterwards, we will explain your reasoning. So you are going to say A, blank is a producer because blank. So you guys are going to fill out that sentence, and what the other sentence, if blank is removed, then blank will happen. So what do you think if an animal was removed, then what would happen to that ecosystem? Okay. And lastly, you guys are going to complete a simple ecosystem diagram. So you guys are going to draw 3 organisms and show who depends on who. Okay, so during this time, I will be circulating around to make sure you guys have an understanding of what we're learning. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me while I walk around the room to see how you guys are doing. And lastly, we have our exit ticket. So this exit ticket, you guys must group examples of biotic, which are remember living things, and abiotic, which are non-living things. You guys are going to put them in the correct category. Once you guys are done, you guys turn them in, and that is it for the lesson. Thank you.